So in this how-to demonstration, we're going to show you how to create a perfect 3D dice. Now, in many ways, this is a really good example of just using all the different features of IsoSketch, bar the arrows. So we're starting off just by making a basic cube using the creating tool. So first of all, coming up with the hexagon shape just by lining the stencil up and drawing from end to end, hitting the bump stops at each end, making sure that you can't make any mistakes particularly. It's just a simple case of joining the dots up, lining IsoSketch up, and creating the cube as such. Now at this stage, we're then going to turn our attention to the corners. So as we all know, dice have very nice smooth rounded corners, and we're going to show that using the corner radius tools. So you can see here, perfectly illustrated, we're just lining up the template on IsoSketch with the cube underneath, and then simply following around from the two dashes to create our outside lines. Now for the middle bit of the dice, it's a case of using the wider angle template 3 times back to back, just to give that really nice rounded appearance. Now as a sort of extension to this, if you were thinking of creating even bigger rounded corners, you could actually use parts of the big ellipse tool. If you look at the IsoSketch ellipse tools, they actually have the same sort of stencils built into them, but to varying sizes, so there's a bit of flexibility there. So now we're going to go into the smaller angle tools, and again just using the lines on IsoSketch to line up underneath with the drawing. Okay, so we'll just finish this one off in the top corner here, and we're going to now move on to the circle template, which, as we all know, looks like an ellipse, but it's an isometric circle. So we're going to line it up so that the center line, or the spine of IsoSketch here, you can see, runs through the lines that we've already drawn in this cube. So use the stencil once, drag it down in line with that spine, and then just create a little indent just to show that that number 1 is slightly pressed into the dice. So now we're going around to the next side, and again just lining up the bounding box around the ellipse with the box or the face of our drawing, just so that it matches it. Then you're sure that you're creating that circle in the right angle for it to be truly isometric. So we're lining the 3s up here, using the IsoSketch tool just to overlay and create a little indent. And now onto the final side. If you were going to be really pedantic, you could measure these, which we haven't done obviously. To be honest, I think it looks just as good like this, but obviously you could measure from corner to corner before doing this. So one more circle to go, just using the template as per, slide up, draw your indent, and there you have a perfect dice. Remove the pencil lines, gives a nice smoothed out effect, and perhaps add a splash of colour as well. And there you have a perfect 3D dice.